Hello and welcome to my channel where I bring to life the stories of a rich Indian history. Today I am going to regale you all with a tale of the birth of Lord Krishna. So sit back, relax and enjoy this tale, and hopefully by the end you hit the subscribe button. Lord Krishna, the eighth incarnation of Lord Vishnu, arrived in time of great turmoil. The weight of the sins committed by many kings had become too much for Mother Earth to bear. In distress, she sought the aid of Lord Brahma, the creator. Brahma turned to Lord Vishnu, seeking his intervention. Lord Vishnu agreed, promising to be born as a mortal to rid earth of these tyrants. About 5,000 years ago, in what is now India, lay the kingdom of Mathura. This kingdom was ruled by a just king, Ugrasen. He had two children, Kamsa and Devaki. Kamsa, however, was a cruel ruler. He overthrew his father, imprisoned him, and took the throne. Under Kamsa's reign, the people suffered greatly. He often waged wars against neighboring kingdoms, particularly those ruled by the Yadava clan. People longed for the peace they had known under the king Ugrasena. Kamsa arranged the marriage of his sister Devaki to Vasudeva, a prince of the Yadava clan. He believed this union would strengthen his control over the Yadava kingdom. The wedding was a grand event, celebrated throughout Mathura. As Kamsa escorted the newlyweds to their palace, a divine voice warned him, "Kamsa, your days are numbered. The eighth son of Devaki and Vasudeva will bring an end to your reign and will be the cause of your death." Terrified by this prophecy, Kamsa drew his sword, intending to kill Devaki. He believed that if she were dead, no child could be born to fulfill the prophecy. Vasudeva pleaded with Kamsa to spare Devaki's life, promising to hand over each of their children to Kamsa, who could then ensure that the prophecy would not come true. Kamsa, though still fearful, agreed, but imprisoned Vasudeva and Devaki to keep them under watch. As Devaki gave birth to each of her first 7 children, Kamsa had them killed, smashing their heads against the prison walls. When Devaki became pregnant with her 8th child, she was filled with fear, knowing what awaited her baby. As she slept, Kamsa too was restless, fearing that the prophecy might come true. On a stormy night, with rain pouring down and the river Yamuna overflowing, Devaki gave birth to her 8th child, a son. The prison cell filled with a bright light, waking Vasudeva. A divine voice instructed him to take the newborn to Gokul, to the house of his friend Nand, and to bring back the daughter that had been born to Nand's wife, Yashoda. Vasudev placed the baby in a basket and left the prison, finding the doors mysteriously open and guards fast asleep. He reached the Yamuna, which had swelled to dangerous levels. As he waded into the river, a multi-headed serpent appeared and shielded them from the rain. This serpent was Shesha Nag, who protected them on their journey. Vasudev safely crossed the river and reached Gokul, where he found Nand and Yashoda asleep. He placed his son beside Yashoda and took their daughter back to the prison. As soon as Vasudeva returned, the baby girl began to cry, waking Devaki. She believed the child to be her own and feared for her life. The guards quickly informed Kamsa, who rushed to the prison to kill the child. Ignoring Devaki's pleas, Kamsa grabbed the baby and hurled her against the wall. But the child did not fall. Instead, she transformed into the 8-armed goddess Durga, who warned Kamsa that his death was inevitable. She then disappeared, leaving Kamsa in shock. Kamsa believed that the prophecy had somehow been averted, released Devaki and Vasudeva, and allowed them to live in a separate palace. In time, Vasudeva told Devaki what had happened that night, bringing her some comfort in knowing the son was safe. Meanwhile, in Gokul, celebrations were held for the birth of the baby boy. Nand and Yashoda named him Krishna. The boy's bright eyes and ever present smile brought joy to all who saw him. Thus, Krishna was born, and in the stories to come, we will explore his unusual and rather incredible childhood. So, make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay updated